7 little-known night routines that supercharge sleep. Sleep can feel like a mystery, especially as we get older. Some nights you drift off peacefully. Other nights, your mind races, your body tosses, and morning feels a million miles away. But here's the good news. Tonight, you're about to discover 7 little-known night routines that can completely change the way you sleep. If you stick with me until the very end of this video, you'll walk away with a clear, step-by-step set of habits that will help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling truly refreshed. And here's the part I love most. You might already know 1 or 2 of these routines. They might even sound basic, but when you actually put them together and use them the right way, the results are out of this world. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning without that heavy fog, without dragging your feet to the coffee pot, and instead feeling energized, calm, and clear-headed. In the next few minutes, I'll guide you through each routine. They're simple, practical, and especially powerful for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. So lean in, stay with me, because the payoff at the end is one crucial step most people completely overlook, and it could be the missing link to your best sleep in years. The importance of evening signals. Our bodies are like clocks, always listening, always waiting for signals. One of the most powerful ways to improve sleep is to give your body consistent, gentle cues that say, hey, it's time to wind down. Think about it. When the sun sets, nature itself begins to quiet down. Birds rest, the air cools, and the world slows down. But what do? We keep staring at bright screens, running around with endless tasks, and our bodies get confused. The first little-known routine is this: create a predictable night signal. That might mean dimming the lights at the same time each evening, turning off overhead bulbs and switching to softer lamps. It could mean lighting a candle, playing gentle background music, or even just making a warm cup of caffeine-free tea. Why does this matter so much? Because your brain releases melatonin, the sleep hormone, when it recognizes consistent patterns of darkness and calm. Without those signals, your brain delays melatonin production, and suddenly it's midnight and you're still wide awake. Now here's the surprising part. You don't need an elaborate ritual. Even something as simple as always turning off the TV, stretching your shoulders, and sipping your tea at the same time can transform your nights. Remember, it might seem basic, but when done consistently, the results can feel magical. The cooling secret. Have you ever noticed how much harder it is to fall asleep on a hot summer night? That's because your body naturally lowers its core temperature when it's ready to rest. If the room is too warm, your body fights against itself. The second routine is something most people overlook: cooling your sleep environment. Studies show that a room between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit creates the ideal conditions for deep, restorative sleep. That may sound chilly, but it's exactly what your body craves. Now, you don't have to crank your thermostat all night. You can try breathable cotton or bamboo sheets, a cooling pillow, or even a light fan in the corner of the room. Some folks swear by warm socks. Yes, warm socks, because keeping your feet cozy actually helps the rest of your body drop its temperature more efficiently. Now here's where it gets interesting. If you combine this with the first routine, your predictable night signals, you're stacking the odds in your favor. Imagine dimming the lights, sipping tea, and stepping into a cool, inviting bedroom. Already your brain is saying, bedtime, let's rest. It sounds simple, right? But remember, simple doesn't mean ineffective. These little adjustments create powerful results when practiced together. Stick with me, because routine number 3 takes things even deeper, and it's something most people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s rarely think about. The power of pre-sleep gratitude. So often, sleepless nights come from a restless mind. You lie down, your body wants to sleep, but your thoughts won't stop racing. Bills, health worries, memories, they all come rushing in at once. Here's a gentle solution. Practice gratitude journaling before bed. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've heard of gratitude, but here's the twist. Instead of listing 10 things you're thankful for, simply write down 3 small moments from your day that brought you peace or joy. They don't have to be big. Maybe it was a smile from a neighbor, the taste of fresh fruit, or the way the evening air felt on your walk. Why does this work so much? Because gratitude physically shifts your brain chemistry. It lowers stress hormones, calms the nervous system, and replaces those racing thoughts with a sense of safety. That calm is what opens the door to deeper sleep. And here's the bonus. When you do this night after night, your brain starts associating your journal with rest. It becomes part of your signal system, like flipping a switch that says, it's time to settle. This step might seem so small, even obvious, but when practiced consistently, it unlocks a calmness that sleeping pills could never give you. Stay tuned, because the next routine is about movement, and it might surprise you.
Gentle movements before bed. A lot of people think exercise at night will keep you awake. And yes, intense workouts do just that. But here's the hidden gem. Gentle stretching or slow movements in the evening can actually prepare your body for deeper rest. Think about how much tension we carry in our shoulders, our neck, even in our hips. By bedtime, your body is stiff and your muscles are tight. That tension sends signals to your brain that it's not safe to fully relax. Try this instead. Just 5 to 10 minutes of easy stretches like reaching your arms overhead, rolling your shoulders, or doing gentle leg lifts while sitting on the edge of the bed can release built-up stress. Even better, add in slow, deep breathing while you stretch. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. It doesn't need to be complicated yoga or fancy routines. The key is consistency. Every night, allow your body to say, okay, we're letting go now. One woman in her 70s told me she started doing simple toe touches and shoulder rolls before bed. Within a week, she wasn't just falling asleep faster, she was staying asleep longer. Now, imagine combining this with gratitude journaling, a cool room, and your nightly signals. The effects start stacking. And in just a moment, I'll share routine number 5, which targets something even deeper, the way your senses connect to rest. The scent of sleep. Our senses are powerful messengers, and smell is one of the most underrated tools for sleep. Have you ever caught the scent of fresh cookies and suddenly felt comforted? Or smelled pine trees and instantly thought of the holidays? That's the magic of scent. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to your brain. Routine number 5 is to use calming aromas at night. Lavender, chamomile, sandalwood. These scents have been shown to lower heart rate and signal the nervous system that it's safe to let go. You don't need anything fancy. A few drops of essential oil on your pillow, a lightly scented candle, blown out before bed, of course, or even a small sachet tucked near your nightstand can transform your sleep space. Some people notice a difference within the very first night. Others take a few evenings, but eventually your brain connects that familiar smell with rest. Just like a baby calms when wrapped in a soft blanket, you'll find yourself relaxing faster when your senses are gently guided. And here's where it gets exciting. When you layer this with gentle stretching, gratitude journaling, and your cool, dark room, you're building a web of signals so strong that your body can't help but follow. Stay with me, because next we'll talk about food. Yes, what you eat before bed can make or break your night. Nighttime nutrition tweaks. Most people don't realize how much food timing affects sleep. If you eat a heavy meal right before bed, your body spends the night digesting instead of resting. But if you go to bed hungry, your brain can jolt awake searching for fuel. The sweet spot lies in balance. Routine number 6 is this: a light, sleep-friendly snack before bed. Think warm milk, a banana, a handful of almonds, or even a slice of turkey. These foods are rich in tryptophan and magnesium, nutrients that calm the nervous system and help produce serotonin, the feel-good chemical that converts into melatonin. Avoid heavy fried meals, too much sugar, or late-night caffeine. You might think that just 1 cup of coffee at 5 p.m. won't matter, but for many people, caffeine lingers in the system for up to 8 hours. That means it could still be keeping you alert well past midnight. And here's a little secret: timing matters more than portion. A small, calming snack about an hour before bed can feel soothing without weighing you down. By now, you might be thinking these routines sound almost too simple. But remember, when combined, they're powerful. And if you're still with me at this point in the video, let me know by typing the number 1 down in the comments below. It helps me know who's really committed to better sleep. Managing light the right way. Let's talk about light, the hidden enemy of sleep. Our eyes are incredibly sensitive to brightness, even when they're closed. That little blue glow from your phone, it tells your brain, stay awake, it's daytime. No wonder so many of us lie awake, restless. Routine number 7 is about mastering your light environment. First, about an hour before bed, dim every light you can. Switch off overhead bulbs and use softer lamps instead. Second, make your bedroom as dark as possible. Blackout curtains, eye masks, or even something as simple as turning your alarm clock away from your face. Here's the surprising part. Even small amounts of light, like a street lamp outside your window or the tiny glow of electronics, can disrupt melatonin. You may not wake fully, but your sleep becomes shallow, leaving you groggy in the morning. But when your room is dark, your body gets the opposite message. It's safe, it's night, let's recharge. This one change can add hours of quality sleep over the course of a week. Now, imagine this: a cool, dark room, scented with lavender, your body relaxed from gentle stretches, your mind calm from gratitude journaling. It's like weaving a perfect blanket around your senses. We've covered 7 routines already, but we're just getting started, because the next few tips are about stacking these habits into a system. And that's where transformation really happens.
Stacking the habits. Here's a little secret. One routine alone can make a difference, but when you stack them together, that's when the magic unfolds. Think of it like building a ladder. One rung gets you higher, but 7 or 8 rungs can take you all the way up. Start with your night signals. Dim the lights, play calming music. Then add in your gratitude journaling. Follow it with 5 minutes of stretching. Sip your warm tea, drop a hint of lavender on your pillow, adjust the thermostat or fan. You see what's happening? One small step flows naturally into the next. This stacking does 2 things. First, it creates a strong pattern your brain can't ignore. Second, it prevents you from slipping back into restless habits. Because once you've started your ladder, you're already halfway to bed. Many people think they need to make one giant change to fix their sleep. The truth is, tiny steps repeated in sequence are far more effective. And the best part? It feels effortless once it becomes routine. Stick with me because next we'll dive into timing. When you do these steps matters just as much as what you do. The rhythm of timing. Our bodies follow something called the circadian rhythm. It's like an internal clock that tells us when to wake, when to eat, and when to rest. But here's the catch. This clock gets confused easily, especially as we age. Staying up too late one night, napping too long in the afternoon, or keeping irregular bedtimes all throw it off. That's why routine number 8 is about consistent timing. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even weekends. At first, it feels rigid, but within a week or 2, your body starts to sync naturally. Suddenly, your eyelids feel heavy right on schedule, and you wake up before your alarm refreshed. Timing also applies to your routines. For example, journaling right after dimming the lights, stretching right before slipping under the covers. The sequence matters. It trains your brain to expect sleep. Think of it like teaching a child. Repetition, rhythm, and predictability make everything smoother. And honestly, aren't we all just giving our bodies the comfort of rhythm? This is where it gets fun. In just a moment, I'll share a method to measure whether these routines are actually working for you. Because what gets measured improves, and sleep is no exception. Tracking your sleep progress. You wouldn't start a fitness routine without noticing whether you're getting stronger, right? The same applies to sleep. Too often, people try new habits but give up before they notice the difference. That's why routine number 9 is about tracking your sleep. Now, you don't need fancy technology, although a sleep tracker or smartwatch can be useful. A simple notebook works just as well. Each morning, jot down what time you went to bed, how long it took you to fall asleep, how many times you woke up, how rested you felt on a scale of 1 to 10. After a week, you'll start to see patterns. Maybe you notice that on nights you stretch, you sleep more deeply, or that heavy dinners push your bedtime back. This awareness helps you fine-tune your routines. And here's the beauty. Progress motivates. When you see even small improvements, like falling asleep 10 minutes faster, it gives you hope. That hope keeps you consistent, and consistency is where real transformation happens. Stick around because in the next segment, we'll address something people rarely admit, but it's one of the biggest barriers to good sleep: emotional clutter. Clearing emotional clutter. Have you ever laid in bed replaying a conversation from years ago, or worrying about tomorrow's doctor's appointment, bills, or family matters? That mental noise is called emotional clutter, and it can keep you awake for hours. Routine number 10 is about clearing your mind before sleep. One simple method is a worry list. Take a scrap of paper and write down anything weighing on you. Don't solve it, don't analyze it, just capture it and set it aside. By putting it on paper, you tell your brain, it's safe, we won't forget, we'll deal with this tomorrow. Another method is practicing short mindfulness, just 5 slow breaths, noticing the rise and fall of your chest. Each breath signals to your nervous system, relax, it's time to rest. Now, I want to pause here for a quick moment.
if you're still watching this video, I know you're serious about improving your sleep. Type the number 2 in the comments below to let me know you're with me. And if you find these tips valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone who struggles at night. All right, back to our routines. Up next, I'll reveal how sound, yes, sound, can be both a friend and an enemy when it comes to your rest. The role of sound. Sound is one of those tricky things. Too much and it jolts you awake. Too little and the silence can feel heavy, even unsettling. That's why routine number 11 is about soundscaping your sleep. Some people sleep best in absolute silence. If that's you, consider earplugs or a white noise machine to block out neighborhood traffic or a snoring partner. Others find comfort in gentle background noise like rainfall, ocean waves, or soft classical music. These sounds mask disruptive noises and create a cocoon of calm. But here's the key: consistency. Choose one sound environment and stick to it. Your brain learns to associate that specific sound with rest, making it easier to drift off. One man in his early 80s told me he started listening to soft wind chimes each night. Within days, his body connected the sound with bedtime, and he began falling asleep faster than he had in years. Remember, your environment is either working for you or against you. And with just a few tweaks, you can make sound your ally. Now, get ready, because the next tip combines body, mind, and spirit. It's one of the most soothing rituals you can add to your evenings.
The ritual of warmth. Few things feel more comforting than warmth. Whether it's wrapping up in a cozy blanket, sipping herbal tea, or soaking in a bath, warmth tells your body it's time to rest. Routine number 12 is about using warmth wisely. A warm bath or shower about an hour before bed raises your body temperature slightly. Then, as you cool down afterward, your body gets a strong signal to sleep. It's like tricking your system into relaxing more deeply. Even something as simple as dipping your feet into warm water or using a heating pad on your lower back can release tension and prepare you for rest. Pair warmth with calm. Imagine dim lights, lavender scent, soft music, and a warm cup in your hands. It's not just a routine, it's an invitation for your entire being to settle. This is where we start blending the routines into something more powerful than the sum of its parts. Because next, we'll talk about creating not just a habit, but a sacred ritual, one that your body looks forward to every single night. Transforming routine into ritual. Here's a truth we often forget. Routines can feel like chores, but rituals feel like gifts. When you treat your bedtime habits as sacred, something shifts. It's no longer, I have to stretch. It becomes, I get to stretch, breathe, and prepare my body for peace. Routine number 13 is to elevate your habits into rituals. That could mean lighting a candle before journaling, saying a prayer or affirmation before lying down, or even placing a hand on your heart and whispering, "Thank you, body, for carrying me today." When we give meaning to the small steps, they stop being tasks and start being treasures. And isn't that what we all deserve at this stage of life? Not just another checklist, but a gentle, loving way to end each day. This transformation deepens your connection to the routines. Instead of something you might skip, it becomes something you crave. And don't worry, ritual doesn't mean complicated. It simply means intentional. Up next, I'll reveal the ultimate method that ties everything together. It's the most powerful approach to supercharging your sleep, and you won't want to miss it. Preparing the next morning. Believe it or not, great sleep doesn't start at night. It begins the morning before. Exposure to natural daylight in the first hour after waking helps set your circadian rhythm. When your brain gets that morning sunlight, it says, okay, today has begun.
And 12 to 14 hours later, it's ready for bed. Routine number 14 is about bookending your day. Start with light in the morning, move your body gently during the day, and wind down consistently at night. It creates a 24-hour cycle of energy and rest. This matters especially for older adults. As we age, our circadian rhythm can weaken, leading to irregular sleep and daytime fatigue. Strengthening it with morning sunlight, light activity, and evening calmness restores balance. Now, remember I promised the ultimate method? That's coming next. Everything we've discussed so far has been leading to this point. And when you hear it, you'll realize you already hold the key. You just need to use it with intention. The ultimate method. Here it is. The most effective way to supercharge your sleep. Combine all your routines into one personalized night script. Think of it like directing a play. Each step is a scene, and together they tell your body the story of rest. The trick isn't to do all the routines, it's to choose the ones that speak most to you and put them in a sequence you repeat nightly. For example, dim lights and sip tea, write 3 lines of gratitude, stretch for 5 minutes, breathe deeply while lavender fills the air, slip under cool sheets. That's a script. And when repeated night after night, your body doesn't just hope for sleep, it expects it. That expectation is the ultimate trigger. You might already know parts of this. It might even sound basic, but trust me, when you build your own script and honor it daily, the results are out of this world. This is the difference between random tips and a true transformation. Your script becomes a ritual of care, a signal of love to yourself. Now, in our final segment, I'll share the one most overlooked benefit of better sleep and why it's worth every ounce of effort you put in. The final gift. Better sleep isn't just about closing your eyes, it's about opening your life. When you rest deeply, your mornings feel lighter, your memory sharpens, your mood brightens, and even your immune system grows stronger. Suddenly, everyday challenges feel less heavy. You laugh more. You move with more ease. That's the true gift of sleep. It gives you back pieces of yourself you thought were lost to age. And that's why these 7 little-known routines, when combined into your personal script, are worth every bit of effort. So here's my final invitation. Start tonight. Don't wait. Pick just 2 routines, maybe gratitude journaling and dimming the lights. Try them. Notice the shift. Then slowly add more. And if this video has helped you, let me know. Type the number 2 in the comments below to show you're ready to transform your nights. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, and share it with someone who deserves better sleep. Because sleep is not a luxury, it's a lifeline, and it's never too late to reclaim it.